Welcome back, history buffs and everyday seekers of knowledge. In this episode of Old News, we revisit 1982, a year marked by geopolitical upheavals, technological milestones, and cultural shifts. In our first story, the Falklands War, a 10-week conflict between Argentina and the United Kingdom over the Falkland Islands. The war began on April 2nd when Argentine forces invaded and occupied the islands, a remote British territory. Britain responded with a naval task force, leading to several fierce naval and air battles. The conflict culminated in the Argentine surrender on June 14th, restoring British control. This war, though brief, had significant political implications, bolstering the popularity of British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and affecting Argentina's military junta. In the Middle East, the Lebanese civil war escalated with Israel's invasion of Lebanon in June. Dubbed Operation Peace for Galilee, it was aimed at ousting Palestinian guerrillas to secure its northern borders. This military maneuver came in the wake of escalating tensions and violence, including the attempted assassination of Israel's ambassador to the UK, which Israel attributed to the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO, operating in Lebanon. The operation, far exceeding its initial scope, led to a large-scale conflict involving Syrian forces and the prolonged siege of Beirut. The campaign resulted in widespread destruction, civilian casualties, and the displacement of thousands. Highlighting the operation's tragic consequences was the Sabra and Shatila massacre, where Falangist militias allied with Israel killed an estimated 800 to 3,000 civilians in Palestinian refugee camps. This atrocity sparked global condemnation, emphasizing the complexities and human cost of Middle Eastern conflicts. While Israel aimed to establish a buffer zone for security, the invasion inadvertently deepened Lebanon's sectarian divisions and paved the way for future conflicts, including the emergence of Hezbollah, a Lebanese Shia Islamist political party and militant group. Another tragedy in 1982 was the Tylenol murders, the fatal poisoning of 7 people in the Chicago area after consuming cyanide-laced, extra-strength Tylenol capsules. In response, Johnson & Johnson initiated a nationwide recall and introduced tamper-resistant packaging, setting new standards for product safety. The case remains unsolved. On the technological front, the first compact disc player, the Sony CDP-101, was released in Japan. This innovation marked the transition from analog to digital music formats, offering superior sound quality and durability compared to vinyl records and cassette tapes. The introduction of the CD player paved the way for digital audio's widespread adoption, significantly impacting music consumption, storage, and distribution methods. The computer industry also saw a significant milestone with the launch of the Commodore 64. Known for its affordability and versatility, the C64 brought computing to a wider audience, popularizing home computers and video gaming. Also in gaming was the launch of the ColecoVision in 1982. Known for its superior graphics and sound compared to competitors like the Atari 2600 and Intellivision, it gained popularity with arcade hits like Donkey Kong, which was released by Nintendo in 1981 and featured the first appearance of the Mario character. In sports news, Italy won the FIFA World Cup in Spain, securing their 3rd title, and the San Francisco 49ers won their first Super Bowl by defeating the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Montana was Super Bowl MVP and began the 49ers dynasty of the 1980s. The North Carolina Tar Heels won the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, defeating the Georgetown Hoyas in a closely contested final, and remembered for freshman Michael Jordan's game-winning jump shot. And the Los Angeles Lakers, led by Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, won their second NBA championship in 3 seasons, beginning the Showtime era. In cinema, Steven Spielberg's E.T. the Extraterrestrial captivated audiences worldwide. The film, telling the story of a young boy and his alien friend, earned $800 million, becoming the highest-grossing film of the time, and is remembered for its emotional depth and groundbreaking special effects. And Michael Jackson released his landmark album, Thriller, which became the best-selling record album in history. Its fusion of pop, rock, and R&B redefined modern music. The album was also followed by groundbreaking music videos of Billie Jean in 1983 and the title track in 1984. The Thriller video and Jackson's iconic red leather jacket, premiered on MTV, blended music and cinematic storytelling and set a new benchmark for the industry. This has been Old News, a year in review. In the words of Winston Churchill, those that fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. See you next year